must confront systemic oppression as a doctor would a disease. You identify it, you call it out, you treat it, and you defeat it.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got to call it out, treat it, and defeat it. Here's the problem, though. The problem is the disease is the white man.
That's right.
I'm in the studio with Captain Partner Posh.
Hey, shalom, Israel.
Hey, yo, man.
Good to be here. So.
Yeah, holding it down, doing it like we do. So Nike just announced that Colin Kaepernick was going to be the face of their 30th anniversary ad featuring, their new Nike sneakers. They signed a big deal with him for millions of dollars, and now the white people have gone berserk. White people are pissed off because white people are saying they're going to burn their Nikes because, of course, in their mind, in their warped mind, they believe that this protest has been about disrespecting the flag and disrespecting the veterans, when that's a lie. That's been a lie because they are not disrespecting the flag, neither are they disrespecting the veterans. Okay, not that for me personally, it don't even matter for me personally. I could care less what they feel about the flag or the veterans or any of that, because I could go on for days about the evil things that were done by those same veterans. Them same veterans have murdered and killed and pillaged all over the earth for the wealth of the empire, while other nations were left devastated. Okay, so that's a whole different argument. The point I'm bringing is this, okay, is that these monsters have taken Colin Kaepernick's protest of the killing of black people and the suffering and oppression of black people, and they've turned it around and said, see, you really just protesting the anthem. You protesting, the veterans. You protesting the flag.
Right.
They spun that when he clearly said what he was protesting. Not only that, the taking of the knee came from a Navy SEAL that was his friend.
That's right.
His friend was a Navy SEAL who told him, listen, don't sit down. Instead, take a knee in protest.
Right.
That's what we do when we have a fallen soldier. That's what the soldiers do. They take a knee for that fallen soldier. So Kaepernick is taking a knee for the black men that are fallen soldiers at the hands of the white man. And for all his trouble, the president got up and called their mothers sons of bitches. That's what he did. So now Nike came back and turned around and signed a deal with him, and now he's the spokesman. So white people turned around, got pissed off, and started burning their Nike sneakers. Now, let me tell you something. It's very important what I'm about to say. Very important to understand what is really going on behind the scenes in the fourth dimension that you may not clearly understand. I'm going to help you to understand, and that is this, that this is a spiritual battle that you are watching in front of you. What you're watching is not just a battle over the flag and protesting and Nike sneakers, but what is really going on is a spiritual battle for the souls of blacks and Latinos against the oppression and the rulers of white people. That's the real battle. The real battle is for your soul and your spirit. And the more they disrespect our soul and spirit, the more we got to fight for our soul and spirit. So this brother sacrificed everything to stand up, and now he's winning. He done got a big contract with Nike. And people is on board with it, and Nike ain't stupid. Nike knows they're going to make millions off of this ad. Because this is all over the world right now. People are all over the world discussing it, and they know they're going to make millions off of it because of it. And so they benefit, Kaepernick benefits, but there's a deeper benefit. The deeper benefit is this should inspire you to know something and learn something that black people and Latino people lost, or pretty much lost. And what it is that you lost is the ability and the spirit to stand up and fight for you and your people.
That's right.
In the wake of oppression. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to do it not like I'm going to do this battle and now I'm going to end up in the poorhouse and destroyed. But I'm going to do this battle for the Lord and stand up for what is right for the Lord's people. And in the end, I'm going to be victorious even if I die in the battle. That's what Christ did. That's the spirit. This is a spiritual war. Let me tell you what Satan is doing. Let me tell you what the Lord is doing. Then we're going to go to the scriptures on it. Satan is saying you are nothing and worthless and a slave, and how dare you even act like your life or us killing you is even anything to protest or speak up against.
That's right.
And on the other hand, the righteous spirit is saying, put value in yourself.
That's
Love
right.
your nation. Bring your nation
That's right.
together. Stand up against the evil that's being done to your nation. Have no fear. Be of good courage. And let your courage stand for you, and let your courage bring you together. Now, I'm going to show you this in the scriptures. This is a deep spiritual battle. Tell them where you're going, Shapar, please.
First Chronicles 19 and 13.
This is important. Go ahead.
Be of good courage, and let us behave ourselves valiantly for our people.
See that? The Lord said, be of good courage, man, and behave yourself valiantly for your people. That's a way of life that has left the Black and Latino community for the most part. Like, for the most part, Black and Latino people have been trained by the slave master to be just like a dog. Meaning this, a dog doesn't have no sense of integrity. A dog only knows what it desires. It only wants food. It only wants comfort. Same like a child. A child don't know to have integrity. So what that child does is only goes off of its instinct to want to eat, to want to be comfortable, to want to feel good. And that's what we've been taught. We've been taught in America to have that spirit of non-integrity, but the spirit of desire to lust everything for ourselves. And because of that, we're easily controlled, just like a dog is easily controlled whenever you feed him. If you want the dog to behave and act a certain way, you just threaten the dog with not feeding him, or you tempt the dog with feeding him. If you want him to lay down and play dead, you put a cookie out there. Lay down, lay down. After a while, he'll learn that lesson. You understand? You want him to kneel, you make him kneel before he eats. Before he eats, you kneel, kneel. He go to get the food, you stop him and say, kneel, heal. And then he'll get the point that if I want to eat, I got to heal. And then he'll heal himself and stop so that he can get that food. That's what was taught to us. And here's the reminder. This was also taught to us in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians taught us to be lustful as well. That's why Moses had so much trouble with us when he took us into the wilderness. He took us out in the wilderness. We was wild animals, only thinking about what we could feed ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's all we thought about. We wanted nothing. Moses, where's the water? Moses, where's the food? Where's the this? You understand? That's all we had in our mind. That's how we've been taught here. But now the Lord is calling a spiritual battle back for you to take back your soul and your spirit from this evil place and get ready to be delivered out of here by the hand of Christ and to put some value into yourself. Go ahead, Op.
And for the cities of our power.
Right, to be strong for the cities of the Lord, the cities of righteousness. Them ghettos, that's what we supposed to be strong for. We're supposed to be strong for them people in them ghettos. And, brother, that's what this brother's doing. And what he's doing is good, but it's nowhere near on the level with them I.S.U.P.K. brothers is doing. On every corner. They doing it without no money and none of the things that he has, none of the connections and friends that he have. They're doing it. But what is the lesson to be learned? That courage and fighting for your own is highly beneficial to you, and the Lord will bless you in it. What's another good example of that? Another good example of that is not Martin Luther King, Salakia, is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali refused to allow them to draft him into the military.
Right.
He refused to bow down to them. He said, man, them people over there ain't do nothing to me. You the one showed me this racism. And they tried to lock him up in jail. They took his belt away from him. They took his title away from him. They did all of that. And in the end, he's the most famous fighter out of all the fighters. He's known for his ability, known for his courage. He done got awards and medals at the Olympics, carried the torch, got medals from the damn government who he fought against.
That's right.
They even had to recognize it, wrote books about him, made movies about him. They ain't do all that for all them other fighters who've been champions and all that. And forget about the money he made in endorsements and all that. So he won by being strong. He won by having the right spirit to fight for his own, which is the spirit of the Lord telling us to have. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the winning is at. Go ahead, Shapar, please.
And let the Lord do that which is good in his sight.
Right. The Lord will do that which is good in his sight. Meaning, if you're strong for the Lord, strong for his people, the Lord will raise his people up.
Right.
He will do what is good in his sight. And what is good in his sight? To see his people return back to Christ, man. And to see his people come up on a level. Go ahead, Shapar.
Isaiah 41:4. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning?
Right. Who has wrought and done it? Who built this people? Who are these people that have been enslaved in America for 400 years? These are the Lord's chosen people. Who wrought them, man? Who built them? Who brought them forth? Okay? The Lord did these things. Go ahead.
I, the Lord.
That's right.
The first, and with the last, I am he.
Right. He said, I'm the one that did it. I got the power. I'm the first and the last. Go ahead.
Verse 5. The isles saw it and heard the ends of the earth, were afraid.
Right. The isles saw it and the ends of the earth were afraid. The isles meaning the islands, and the ends of the earth meaning them far away countries. They all hearing about this protest. They all hearing about all this. Now, if black people be courageous and stand up, and Latino people, Native Indian people, then guess what? They're going to hear about it. And they're going to start to respect you. Nike respected him for that. That's why they let him use the slogan that if you to stand for something, even if you lose everything.
Right.
And what greater could you stand for than your own people? Like what he's doing and has done is giving him power against these Edomites. And black people, Latino people, you should be doing the same. You should be looking at what we're doing in the ISUPK. And you should be standing with. We ain't breaking no laws. We ain't criminals. You understand? Though many brothers have come out of a criminal life, we in the righteousness of the Lord standing up for what the Lord wants, which is his nation, his identity, to be recognized as a people, man. Go ahead, Shapar.
Salakia. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came.
Right. The ends of the earth were afraid. They drew near and came, meaning they recognized the Lord's chosen people. That was a big deal during the time of Moses and Joshua. They left out of Egypt, out of Egypt, and the whole earth was afraid of them. The earth going to be terrified when Christ returned and the world find out that these people are the chosen people of the Lord. They're blacks, Latinos, West Indians, Native Americans are the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel that was on the other side of the earth. And when that side of the earth was destroyed by the nations, they migrated many of them to this side. And then, of course, the last portion was those that were brought over here in slavery to work this side of the earth. You understand? And now Christ's going to return to give us all power over the earth. You have got to recognize the spiritual battle and put wealth and integrity and spirit into your people. And one last point, it should wake you up on these preachers that's sitting up there blaming you for all that's going on with you. Because, brother, if I can, I'm going to pull up the video of Jim Brown that's going to break your heart. Right. This was supposed to be a pro-black man pushing for righteousness. Meanwhile, Jim Brown just threw black people under the bus. I'm going to see if I can grab that video. Go ahead, Shapar, please.
Verse 6, they helped everyone his neighbor.
They did what?
They helped everyone his neighbor.
Right. Now, this is deep, Shapar. everyone his neighbor. Meaning everyone helped out his own brother.
Right.
He helped out his own brother, man. You understand? Like, that's what he did. That's how you get power. Like this verse, this scripture that I'm reading right here, let me tell you something. This scripture that I'm reading right here is the Lord showing you how to empower yourself. He said, first you got to be of good courage and valiant for your people. You understand? Then he said that every man helped out his neighbor. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please,
if I could. Please. That's why that we always say brotherhood is a weapon.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's deep.
It's real deep. You know what I mean? What you're saying, General.
You want to go on? No, you go on. You want to add more?
No, but if I could, I just had the thought. Yeah. They talking about the protests of the anthem and the flag and all that. But what did the British do? What did they do when the British was oppressing them? Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like they rose up in their oppression to overthrow the British and become and gain their independence. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then they look at you like you ain't supposed to never, say anything about the oppression that you suffering. Right. Like it's insane if you when you think about it. But you know what I'm saying, General, what you hitting on some real strong points, man. And brothers and our people need to understand, man, in this time right here of this warfare that we going through, that we need valiant, brave men, man, to come up to the forefront, that come up in the school, man, and really get down with their people, man. You know what I'm saying? Forsake their life, what they thought was right and how they was in the world, and get down with this warfare. Salaki, I don't want to get too much off there. It sure is.
You understand? This is a spiritual battle between the Lord's chosen people and the people and the nations that rule this world. And this whole Kaepernick thing is part of that. It's a microcosm of the real world that you live in. You understand? And so you should go strong with it. Let me get a little bit more because we're going to throw some footage. I'm going to show you Jim Brown. I found the tape on Jim Brown. Okay. And I'm going to show you that tape and show you why you got to be so strong and have strong young brothers when you start to get older, man. Because if you don't, you won't stand together. Read that part again where the Lord said, what he said, stand together.
Salaki. Let me grab it real quick. I want you to the next one. Salaki.
Right. Like them brothers are standing together, brother, holding arms, locking arms like we are one. We're together. Right. This is the spirit that black people and Latino people got to get. They always like to turn around and say black people can't never come together. They know how to come together. It's just that look what you go through if you try to come together. You try to come together and stop the murder of black men, okay, at the hands of their oppressor. Look what you go through. You're going to have to be hated, ostracized, kicked out, lose your football scholarship job and everything.
Right.
Everything. Just same thing happened to Ali. Ali was broke out.
Right.
Lost all his money standing up for what he believed in, which was that not to join the white man in murdering another nation, but to stand against it.
Right.
And brother, they stripped his title, tried to get him murdered really in the military, tried to draft him in the military. He had to fight that. All of that, and Kaepernick had to fight the same. And more importantly, every wonderful I.S.U.P.K officer, trooper, general, captain, and so on, they got to fight every day too, because they taking up the fight on the front lines in the streets with all the brothers and sisters who's brainwashed and destroyed, being persecuted and treated like hell every day, and getting up every day to try and stand up and be strong and hold themselves together to keep this work going, man. I.S.U.P.K, brother. That's where it's at. Come on, sport.
I was trying to let you know the mic was down.
Oh, yeah, go on. Well, you could just say it. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, you right. You right. But it wasn't no good if we don't get on tape.
Isaiah 41:6.
God.
They helped everyone his neighbor.
They did what?
They helped everyone his neighbor.
Everyone his neighbor, brother. They helped. Go ahead.
And everyone said to his brother, be of good courage.
Right. Everyone said to his brother, man, be of good courage. Okay? I'm sorry. Everyone said to his neighbor, man, be of good courage, meaning they encouraged themselves.
Right.
They strengthened themselves, man. They came together with themselves. And by coming together, they became strong against this. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but this story is talking about Joab, who David sent to fight against the Ammonites. Because let's get this right. Nike is not the hero in all this. Nike is the Japanese, and the Japanese in the Bible are known as Ammon or the Ammonites. Right. And the Japanese have made billions off of black people with them Nike sneakers. Black people was killing each other over them Nike sneakers. Go ahead, Jabbar.
I think that was the verse, the scripture before in the Chronicles.
Con.
Where it's talking about Joab.
Oh, that was Joab.
Yeah.
Now, that second one.
This is Isaiah.
You in Isaiah.
I'm in
Two,
Isaiah.
though. Don't you got two in Chronicles?
I'm about to go back. Yeah, I'm about to go back to Chronicles now.
Oh, okay.
The first one.
I got you. No problem. That was right. That's good. That was Joab fighting against them Japanese. And so they ain't the heroes in this. They made millions off of black people. They made billions off of black people. Okay. So not only do you got to get your integrity back from the white man, eventually you got to get your integrity back from the Japanese as well. Eventually, even though they helping out Kaepernick now, they doing it to make money, and they know they're going to make money off it. But you still got to look at the spiritual battle. And eventually, the day need to also come that not only do you stand against them murdering our brothers, but also we stand against the Japanese making billions off of our kids with their sneakers instead of ours.
Yes.
That just the sneaker industry alone in the black, Latino, and Native Indian community could finance half of the nation out of poverty. Could finance programs, brother, to clean up the entire black community. But instead, those billions of dollars go to the Japanese instead of to the Lord's chosen people. Go on, tell me where you going, Shapar.
Come on. Let me go to
you finished Isaiah all the way to 6? That was the end of 6?
Yeah, that was in the 6.
Go ahead, tell them where you at.
First Chronicles 22:12.
Go ahead.
Only the Lord give you discretion and understanding and give you charge over Israel.
Right, the Lord give you that strength. And once again, this is David showing Joab what he needs to do this battle, if I got that right. Go ahead.
So that you may keep the law of the Lord your power.
Right, that you might keep the law of the Lord of your power. That you might keep the Most High's laws. And here's what happens when you strong and stand up against this evil righteously. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then you will prosper. If you are careful to observe the statutes and ordinances of the Lord commanded Moses concerning Israel.
Right. The Lord commanded Moses concerning Israel, and the Lord said, if you keep them, you will prosper. Right. Kaepernick prospering over standing up, not saying he's keeping the law, but he prospering over standing up. He prospering over standing up against the evil that's being done to him. Go ahead.
Be strong and courageous.
Be strong and courageous. That's what the Lord is calling for. And that's what these brothers is trying to do. They trying their best under a wave of white threats and protests. They're trying their best to be strong for their brothers, man. Go ahead.
Do not fear nor be dismayed.
See that? The Lord need men of strength, man. Do not fear or be dismayed. Take it to 13. That's in the 13?
That's it.
Right. Do not fear or be dismayed. You got to be strong now, black man, black woman, Latino man, Latino woman, because you are in a battle.
That's right.
Okay? Let me get Jim Brown for you right quick, because it's a sad, sad, sad song. What's going on with Jim? Go ahead. You was going to say something more? Oh, yeah, we're going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that. Right after Jim, I'll show you the little bit of the burning of the sneakers again. Let's get Jim right quick.
Been relevant for over 50 years on the national and international stage. Voices support for the President of the United States. What's controversial about that? Well, it's controversial in today's day and age because the president's President Trump, and that athlete turned activist impact person is Jim Brown. Jim Brown, welcome to Fox and Friends.
Thank you, Brian. It's good to be on with you.
Jim, why have you looked at this president and said, I support what he's doing?
Well, I'll tell you, the greatest thing about America is that we all have our opinions and our thoughts. Nobody is totally correct in everything that they do. I have access to the president, and anytime I have access to the president and he will listen to my thoughts, that's all I can ask of him. And that's what I do. So this president is accessible, and he's different.
I got to say something in here. I'm going to come right back to it, but I got to say something. That is one of the most selfish statements I ever heard. So like, this cat could call NFL players, who this man is an NFL icon. This brother right here is an NFL icon, right. Jim Brown. That's right.
He's a black. He used to stand for black,
and a black activist that
right.
made black exploitation
That's
movies.
Right. That's right.
Coming up against white people. This cat has been known. Jim is known for being pro-black.
Right.
And because Donald Trump, the most outwardly racist, because all of them been racist, but the most outwardly racist president is willing to take his phone call. So because of that, he totally supports him. I guess Obama must have not took his call. And that is such a selfish way to think. Like, right. You gonna hear, I'm gonna play the rest of it, but you ain't gonna hear anything out of his mouth pertaining to the state of black people.
That's
and what's
right.
happening.
That's
what you
right.
will hear is the same thing these preachers and church people do, which is you will hear him blame black people. Check it out, y'all.
He's challenging, and he pays attention to what I say.
The numbers look pretty promising. Black unemployment is down. Wages are up. His approval rating in the black community is still low, but it's doubled really since the spring of 2018. You're somebody who likes some of the things that he's doing. What is he doing that you like?
Well, to tell you the truth, there's two things. North Korea, that is highly important to me, because the scenario there have changed, and he has made it change. And couple of months ago, I was looking at a nuclear war.
Hold up. Come on, Zimbabwe. I'm gonna give it to you first.
On this. This is a man that put down his sword.
That's right.
For sure.
That's right.
You know what this reminds me of in the Apocrypha, when the Greeks came down and they started calling our leaders up.
Right, like
to
they
go against
Maccabees and them up. That's
no,
right.
but yeah, you're right.
Before him,
right?
They brought the Toms up,
and then they get our leaders to go against the Lord, and then parade them in front of our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just paraphrasing. I don't know.
I'm just going dead on the mark. Ain't no question you dead on the mark.
God, like, this is what is going on. This is what they do to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They take a lead, one of your strong leaders that was strong back in the day. Jim Brown was a strong leader back in the day.
Jim was,
he was all about it, but he didn't, he got weak under this white man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He got some kind of, you know what I mean? So
he come up on national TV, Jim Brown. He come up on national TV and talk about North Korea. North Korea ain't gonna file a pencil at America.
That's right.
North Korea, that little Szechuan chicken making nip over there is not going to do a damn thing to this empire. Is you crazy?
Right.
This empire, you drop a nuclear bomb on this country, and he gonna turn your house, your country, into a desert.
Right.
Your country gonna be a bowl of gumbo with the weapons this devil got. So all of that, you on Fox News before the world, you Jim Brown, and you talking about how you love the president that called NFL players mothers, sons of bitches, and all you care about is that he supposedly did something with North Korea, which he did not do. And if Jim knew anything about these scriptures, Jim would know that not only can he not do nothing about North Korea, nobody can do nothing to avoid the nuclear war that's coming.
That's right.
Because the Bible said it was
That's
coming.
right. That's right.
So there's not a damn thing Jim or anybody else could do.
That's right.
But what Jim could do is, and he going to say how he got a voice and a platform and this and that in this same interview. I'm coming right back to it. But Jim going to say in here, but Jim don't even understand he's done left helping black people.
That's
he,
right.
like so many black people, they have given up on black people because black people won't comply with white America. And it ain't even that black people won't comply with white America. Okay? It's that white America will never accept black people.
That's right.
And so black people get old like Jim, and they get tired of fighting for black people and Latino people. They look at it like it's our fault. They hear it from their white friends all day long about, well, look what blacks are doing. Look what they doing. But they ain't hearing from black people like us in the hood who's saying, Jim, they pouring the drugs in. Jim, the cops is shooting them. Jim, the cops is pulling them over 6 times more than whites. Jim, the cops are doing this, they doing that. The government's doing this. They cutting them off in the banks. They're playing this game. They running that game. Ain't nobody saying that to Jim no more. And instead, Jim is hearing what his white counterparts are saying, and he done put down, like you said, Shapar, he done put his sword down.
That's right.
You want to give him some more? You want to play some more? Let's play some more, Jim. It's a little bit. We're going to get the rest. This is going to be a long one. We expect it, but we're going to go and do it.
That gentleman that runs that country in a manner that makes me feel very proud of him. The other thing that has passed my mind is right now, but I'll tell you this. The number one thing is that if I have an idea and a concept, and I'm working my butt off to make this a better country, and I put in a call to the president, and he will answer me, what else can I ask him to do?
You see that? What? Like, that's what he wants. You got the president answer your phone call, what else could I ask him to do? You could ask him to watch his damn mouth out. You could ask him to watch his damn mouth when he's talking about black men's mothers. You understand? You could ask him to do that. You could ask him to stop putting Latino babies in cages.
That's right.
That's what you can ask him. There's a whole lot you could ask of this monster. You could ask that he reform the prison system for the draconian, evil way it is carried out. You could ask him to put a decree out that no government agency shall secretly sell narcotics here or abroad or assist anybody else in doing it so that it don't reach the black community, man. Poor Jim, man. He just don't know no more. He don't know. Go ahead, Jabbar. You was going to add something?
I was going to say the water in Detroit.
The water in Detroit.
There's a whole all kinds of stuff you can add.
That's right.
Well, I believe
since he's taking your call,
right?
There's all kind of stuff you could be asking.
Exactly. But I believe that these black leaders don't want to offend them. They know that if they ask the president these things, that he gonna cut them off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they don't want to lose that seat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
exactly. You right. You absolutely right. It is ridiculous, So I think with that, I'm gonna just play a little bit of this footage. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get that in for him right now, and then we just gonna take it from there, y'all. Y'all check it out.
Kneel for the national anthem. Well, sorry, Nike. I've been buying you for the past 20 plus years. Not anymore.
Like, they mad as hell. He said, yeah, Nike, I've been buying you for the past 20 years, not anymore. Like, that's them standing on their spiritual battle. Right. And that's what you got to see. You got to see that they're standing on their spiritual battle. Like, you protesting the fact that they murdering black men in the streets, incarcerating and pouring drugs into the black community, doing all this evil to black people. You take a knee to say, stop killing black people. And white people are so mad, they say, man, we going to burn our sneakers and all that, that you even asked them to stop killing black people. You asked them to stop shooting black men in the head and pulling them over in the car. They going to burn all their Nike sneakers because you shouldn't even ask that.
Right.
You shouldn't even be protesting that according to them. It's crazy.
Disgusting people, man.
It's crazy.
Disgusting.
You right out. You know what I'm saying?
Tropical storm, and Nike done me the off. Burn, mother.
Damn. It's because you protest
Storm,
about being
standing out
killed.
in the rain. Find out Nike hires Colin Caper for their Just Do It campaign. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to burn all my Nikes. Been wearing nothing but Nikes for 37 years. And I'll never wear another goddamn pair as long as I live. Go yourselves. And Colin Caper go himself too. Burn. Burn. You like that, Nike? I've so had it.
I want to say, if I could,
ahead,
sir,
Shabar.
this is
Like,
a
that was
different.
crazy.
This is a different type of animal.
Yes.
You can't. Black people cannot understand this type of animal because they try to look at the white man the way through their eyes,
Yes.
and they more righteous than white people.
Yes.
So they think that there's some hope or something in the white man that's going to show them mercy.
Yes.
When he doesn't have that.
Yes.
Like, this is an animal, man. Like what you was saying.
Yes.
This man knows warfare. He knows if he don't like something, he does not forgive.
That's
and
right.
he hates you.
That's right.
I mean,
listen, Shabar, you so right, man. So meanwhile, feel this. Black leaders is talking about black people got to get themselves together. Black people got to stop this. Black people got to stop black on black crime. All these things have some validity and some argument. But how could they ever be solved when the man that is killing you and putting you in the position and starving you into all the things that you're doing, you can't even kneel to say stop.
Right.
Like if you kneel, Shabar, to say, you know, we want to stop and fix everything in the black and Latino community. We recognize that black on black crime is a problem. Drug addiction is a problem. These things are a problem, but we also need white people to stop murdering black people, stop pouring drugs in the black community. Oh, what? Hold it now. We don't want to talk about that.
Right.
Don't bring that part up. It's insane. How could you stand up and fix black people if when you do it, and if I could, not only when you do it, you get this backlash, but here's the amazing part. Think about how much they value their lives over yours.
Right.
You're being killed in the streets, incarcerated by the hundreds of thousands, drugs poured into your neighborhood. And you are only taking a knee for all the murder that's happening to you. And taking a knee and interrupting a ball game is enough for them to damn near get in a full-scale riot with you.
Boy.
You understand? In a full-scale riot with you. And I got to go back to this footage that we were playing. Oh, man, do I have the one with the Young Turks? I got to go back to this footage with the Young Turks, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in here, you're going to hear this Edomite talk about he cannot wait until the race riots start.
Right. That's
so
right.
He going to say he can't wait so he can kill black people. Watch what he says in this video. Like you interrupt his football game out, and he wants to murder you. But meanwhile, you can't even protest him murdering you.
Right.
What brainwashing? Come on.
Oh my goodness, General. You hitting it on the hammer on the nail. He's saying in this one, he said the liberals. Now the liberals try to bridge the gap between the whites and the blacks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he pissed off at the liberals and saying, let's just get the race riot going. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of you liberals trying to, make things, trying to make smooth things out between us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's insane. I can't understand why black people don't understand this.
I mean,
we can't understand that white people hate us and going to try to murder us when we don't accept their way of life. They don't, you know what I'm saying?
Don't accept their amazing abuse.
Yeah, abuse with us. That's what I meant to say. Kind of what kind?
Like we don't accept their amazing abuse. They want to murder us off of the face of the earth. And we go to the default self-blame.
Right.
That's why I've been saying for the longest, I've been saying this, it's time to stop blaming black people.
That's right,
We got to stop blaming our own people because that's our default position.
That's right.
Our default position is always, it's our fault. We should take that we should say, we ain't going to allow ourselves to blame ourselves no more. Guess what? We're going to be forced to look at what's really causing all of this.
Right.
And when you look at it, you're going to see what's really causing all the problems.
That's right.
You want to get a little bit more?
No, I'm good, sir.
No, I want to get some more of this footage.
You liberal motherfuckers, I cannot wait for this motherfucking war to kick off so we can your sorry asses up. Liberal ass motherfuckers. Suckers.
Okay. That was the Young Church video cut.
Like,
He
that
said,
devil
big up
is-
to the Young Church. Like, damn,
That
Shabbat.
devil is pissed.
He pissed off. He can't wait till the race war. Did he say race war? What did he say?
That's right. He said race war to kick off.
Right. He can't wait. Meaning, in their minds, let me tell you something out. You don't understand, like you said. Our people don't understand this animal that is ruling over us. Like this, like you done protested his football game. And he wants a race war over.
Right, that's right.
which once again show you it's a spiritual war.
Right.
Like, why is he mad to the point to kill you over the interruption of his football game? And here's why. Because to him, it's more than a football game. To him, you are saying to the white race, we will not be abused by you anymore.
Oh, my goodness. That's right.
That's what you saying.
That's right.
You telling the white race, look.
That's right.
We don't want you abusing us no more. And since we don't want you abusing us no more, you dare open your mouth and protest against them. To them, it's like you don't want to be a slave no more. You won't serve me and be under me no more. I'll murder you.
That's right.
That's the same thing dog fighters do. When they got dogs that won't fight, they go kill them dogs and throw them right in the dumpster and take the dogs that will fight for them. And they use them dogs and make money off them dogs and fight them dogs. That's exactly what they done did to us in this madness. Okay. They did the exact same damn thing, man, that they'll do to an animal. In other words, again, this is a spiritual thing. This is you asking for your soul. And the white man saying, how dare you ask for your soul?
Right.
And it's spiritual. Even if he don't know he's doing it, it's spiritual that he is doing it. So with that, I think we pass on this, man. Yeah,
we did good.
We done. Y'all know what it is. See y'all Monday night. We do it up live. Support this truth. ISUPK.com. Stay strong in the spirit of the Lord. Hey, listen, if you like this tape, hit the like button and share it, man. Hit the share button. Everybody share it to their own personal Facebook accounts. Share this video, man, to wake up brothers and sisters all over this earth. Hit the like button. Check me out Monday night. I'm live every Monday night. I bring the heavy hitters in. We do it up live right on this same channel. I'll see